Hey there, I hope you're doing well, and I hope you had an incredible day today. Just know that you are loved, very much appreciated, very much appreciated. I want to say thank you to all of you that are taking in some of this and putting it to work. It's different, it's not the norm. What I'm teaching, what I'm talking about is definitely not what society believes nor wants to believe, and it's really pushing the envelope. But that's my goal, is to push the envelope for the truth to come out, for people to grow and expand, to open their minds and start to delve into the capacity that they have as infinite beings. And in order to do that, you have to speak your truth. You have to open up. You have to be authentic. You have to be vulnerable. You also have to do the work yourself and gain the understanding and the wisdom and allow it to come out for others. And then step aside, because it's not about me. Most of these talks that I do, it's not even information that my human self can comprehend at times. It just flows through me. And sometimes I go a little spacey, you'll notice. It's because my conscious mind is in my subconscious trying to find the answer or dealing with something. So I appreciate you. I love you. And today I want to talk about frequency, vibration. Everything is just that. It's a frequency. It's vibration. It's all particles. The entire universe is particles, and those particles have vibration. Now, I want to think of this as like a radio station, okay? Excuse me, a radio station has AM and FM. AM is your lower frequency in your like 79, 80 range. And then you go all the way up to the FM, which goes all the way to 107.9. And you have everything in between. Because everything here is frequency, all of the matter that you see, in order to step into the new phase of being a master over your reality, in control as the architect, you have to master every frequency. You have to be able to integrate all of the frequencies, even to the lowest vibration point, which is zero, which is no thing, which is the mother perspective of God, which is also stillness. That's where you go through what's called the ego death. Actually, you go through it in both places, but the ego death in this particular way, which is descending, is what individuals will call it. It is taking your consciousness down into your lower chakras. So your chakras there's 7. Okay, your crown, third eye, and your throat are your upper chakras, and then you have your heart, your solar plex, your sacral, and your root. Your heart is the center point of your upper chakras and your lower chakras. Your heart, being heart-centered, this is why people say be heart-centered, means that you are integrating and incorporating your lower vibration and your higher vibration and understanding it and bringing it into one. That is also, there is a center point there where the crown chakra and the root chakra meet. That's when you know you've integrated into your full self. Because every other chakra has a front and a back, except the crown and the root. Because the crown goes to God the Father, which is the light, which is the everything, which is the high vibration, the highest pentacle point, also known as the light, if you will. The lower vibrations, which are more of the mother side, go into the solar plex, the sacral, and the root. Most people don't go into the lower chakras. This is where meditation comes into play. And when you're doing meditation and you're trying to bring your consciousness down to that stillness point and understand Mother, you should be sitting up. You should be sitting up, back as straight as you can. It's okay to lean back a little bit, but not too much, and your feet should be on the ground. There is a reason for that, because it creates a solid line straight. Otherwise, you're not really able to fully descend, and you must descend all the way. Most people have trouble with meditation. They have trouble with descending because of a couple of different things. One is they're too busy with the mind chatter and everything outside of themselves in their human reality that they are unable to sit and be still. The mind is unable to be still. In order to hit that point, that stillness point, you literally have to lower your vibration of everything you are. So your heart will slow down, your breathing will slow down, your vibration will slow down to the point of death. It'll feel like a death. And most people don't want to go down into that lower vibration. Breathing is one of the ways that you can do it. There are other ways that you can do it as well to slow things down so that you can get into the subconscious, because that's where the subconscious is descending. You get into that subconscious point and lower your vibration to the point where you are basically, in essence, controlling everything in your body. Your breathing, your heart rate, the pumping of your blood, I forget what it's called. It's like when the messages go between your brain, that thing. I don't know. You slow all the particles in your body down. And then the death of the ego is the death of the human self saying that I am limited. Because if you can control the matter, it starts with you controlling mind over matter. Well, it's mind over your own matter, your own self, your own body, the functions of your body. You can control everything within your body. This is how I can heal. How can I heal? Because all of my particles, all of my atoms within my body have been programmed to no longer accept sickness. It doesn't register with me, to no longer accept any type of generational illness or anything like that. And also, if for whatever reason I do take on someone else's illness, I have dealt with it on a spiritual / energy level that I can heal it and then pass it through. So I've learned to control my own matter within my body, so that when something happens, like when I burned my hand the other day, I don't want my hand to be burned, or twist my ankle or whatever. I can program my energy to say, no, I don't want that. No, that's not possible. Or no, that's not going to happen to me. But the thing is that you're not taught here to go into the lower vibrations. You're not taught here to go into the negative emotions or the negative energy. You're taught to go the other way. Run away from the pain. Run away from the problems. Run away from the negative energy, the negative emotions. Run away from them. Those are bad. You've labeled them that way. It's been labeled that way. You've been conditioned to believe there's only one way on that vibrational scale. That's it. Okay, well, let me ask you this. Once you ascend, then what? Then what do? I haven't met one person on this planet besides myself that has reached true enlightenment, meaning going back into God the Father through the eye of the needle into God and understanding that perspective, bringing it back here and then seeing it. I haven't met one person that's been able to do that yet. But that's only one pathway. There are people like Eckhart Tolle that have gone to the mother perspective. He has gone through the death of the ego. I went through that in my 20s when I stopped breathing and I watched the vibrations within my body come into my body, into the center point in here, and I died. And I went back into the light, the slit, the rebirth. I went through the rebirth several times because it's an evolution. And here's the other thing. This evolution that I've gone through, it's happened on every layer of me. It happened when I was as a human form, as my astral body, my ethereal body, and then I just went through it at my God feminine level, God the mother level, where I stripped myself completely of all that I am, all that I identify with, all that I think I am, and all that I labeled myself, all titles, everything throughout time. And once I did that, I basically erased my identity. I basically erased that part of me, aspect of me, and said that that movie, that old me is gone. All levels of me are gone. So that I can create something completely new. But in order to do that, I had to lower my vibration, go into the lower energies and integrate them within myself. The other reason why people don't do that is because it's riddled with fear, because you literally feel like you're falling, which you are. You're falling into the void, into the nothingness. But in reality, God is no thing. But then you get out here and it's everything. Again, part of the dichotomy. But going into the pain, going into those energies, and becoming them, not running from them. Going into those lower emotions, those lower thoughts, those lower states. You're not going to live there. It's not the intention. The intention is to understand them, go into them, make them a part of who you are again, because they are a part of who you are. You are hate, you are anger, you are depression, you are sadness. All of those things you are. If you don't have them, then you only have half of life. You think pure positivity is a solution? It's not sustainable. I also think that pure positivity and the extreme light, I think that's more dangerous than the extreme dark. Because they use that light, that perspective, to demonize the dark, to push you away from the dark, to tell you it's bad. It's not. Dark is not bad. Once you get in there and you understand it and you understand where everything came from, the traumas of the feminine, of the mother, that's the woundings. That's the reason why a lot of people don't go down there, especially females, because it hurts. Or masculines, it's hard for you to get into that mother perspective. You don't understand it. And it's riddled with fear. This is where you get into the inner workings of the matrix and those that control it, which is an underground group of individuals who are part of a coven, part of the governments throughout the entire world, who monitor. They're very high-level psychics and beings that monitor the matrix to control it. I call them interference energies because they troll the web, the astral realms, and they look for individuals like myself, like you, that are attempting to get out of the matrix, attempting to get out of the conditioning that don't fit their mold, and they attack. And one of the places that they attack the most is the mother, the subconscious, the astral realm. Done on purpose, done by design. And they riddle it with fear. That's why most people don't sit or can't sit, because you start to fall and you start to get into that free fall, and fear kicks in, then doubt, then worry. It's all part of it. It's all part of it. But it's just frequency. Remember that. It's frequency. Mastery is the ability to go from either end of the spectrum, either pinnacle, and have mastery over every single one of those frequencies. So if someone brings a certain frequency or a certain energy or a certain vibration to me and I want to adjust that, I can do that because I've already gained mastery over that frequency. So when somebody comes up behind me in fear, I take that fear and I transmute it, or I twist it, or I alter it in order for it to fit the reality I want to fit. This is how you're going to start bending matter. This is so you're going to start controlling time, space, matter. Is to sit in your meditation, lower your vibration, lower your breathing. Use whatever methods you have to use, and take your consciousness down to your lower chakras. Allow yourself to heal. Ask for help, especially when it gets hard and it hurts, especially for my feminines and you masculines as well. But we must start recognizing the feminine as a powerhouse. We must start accepting these energies, these lower vibrational energies, and come to terms with them. And then once we've come to terms with and we've healed these lower vibrational traumatic energies in some cases, then we can start to adjust and change them. We no longer have to have that vibrational scale that's up and down like that. Yes, it can exist, and that's okay. I have the free will choice to go where I want to go on it. But if you're not willing to go into it, or you don't have the capacity to, then you're not going to gain mastery over your reality. So this is really important, because this is kind of where we're at, and the next phase here is getting through, pushing everybody through the portal, rebirthing and healing the mother, and then the mother stepping up and stepping out, like in my last video, into her place as God, being worshipped as she should, because she birthed all of this life, all of it. This was her creation. It is her creation. The masculine adds the light to the seeds, plants the seeds within the feminine, and she makes it grow. A masculine who understands what I'm saying and can find a feminine who is completely in her feminine energy, which is a massive producer, a masculine that can step up and create that loving, protective shield so that her manifestations grow, is going to be the wealthiest, happiest masculine in the universe, on the planet. Because he is going to be in his protector, love, high vibrational energy, and is going to allow her to be in her softer, lower vibrational energy. Together, they're the ones that create life. In everything. Children, earth, planets, solar systems, stars, sun, moon, they create it all together. Now, if we can get them in their roles appropriately, it can create a universe, a system, a planet that loves itself. It loves the creation. It loves the trees. It loves the animals. It loves the children. It loves itself. It loves each other. It's in love. Respect, admiration, acceptance. All right, masculines, you got this. Feminines, let's go. Get you into your feminine energy. Masculines, help your feminines. If you are a high vibrational masculine, you're ready. Find your girl, find your one, help her heal. It's time. It's time to find each other. Okay, I love you. Bye.